Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today for a new pick a card reading. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Melissa, and the topic that we're going to be reading on today is going to be what is next in love for singles. So for any of my single people out there, what we're going to be doing in today's reading is just looking at a little energy check-in of your immediate future to see what is potentially coming up next for you as it pertains to your love life and relationships. I do ask that before you guys get into choosing your pile, that you go into this reading having an open mind and a growth mindset. You know, as much as I would love for every pile to say that all of you are going to find the love of your life, and hopefully it does, that's not always the case in these readings. I've been really surprised over the course of time doing these readings on my channel to see all different types of scenarios that present. So this could be talking about your next romantic partner. This could be talking about you finding your life partner. Or this reading could be addressing some self-love things that you need to be working on coming into the near future, or even family issues. So just come with an open mind, come with an open heart, and remember that this is just showing you a snapshot of where you're headed based off of the current energy. So you're not bound or tied to anything that this reading says, right? This is just information for you to do with what you see fit. All right? Keep in mind as well, this is a general reading, so not every single message might pertain to you in a given pile. So use your intuition to discern what's for you and what's not. If you do want to book a more personalized reading, I do offer that service. You can check the description box down below for our instructions on how to book. So let's go ahead and get into our pile selection. So starting on the left, we have pile number 1. This is the Twin Flame Journey Tarot, and this is a pink Himalayan salt. For pile number 2, we have the Haunted House. Or I'm sorry, this is called the Tarot of the Haunted Mansion, I think, or Tarot of the Haunted House. And then your crystal is this beautiful honey calcite. This is like one of my faves. And then for pile number 3, we have the Wild Unknown Tarot and this beautiful gemmy little rose quartz palm stone. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about your love life and what's next for you. Go ahead and select the deck or crystal you're feeling the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below where you will find the timestamp that will skip you straight away to your chosen reading. See you there. Hey there, pile 1. If you guys picked out the Twin Flame Journey Tarot and the pink Himalayan salt crystal, then let's go ahead and see what is next for you as it pertains to your love life. So I am going to be using your tarot deck momentarily here, but I'm going to start off by channeling the overall energy using this little oracle deck. I think this is called the Love Story Oracle if you're interested. So this card, you guys, is going to represent the overall energy of your love life as you head into the near future, as you head into like the next phase. Okay, so let's go ahead and see for group 1. Okay, so we've already had a couple fall out. I just kind of want one though. So let's just kind of see. And if those cards pop back out, that means that those were your cards. So let's go ahead and see. Okay, so there's one. All right, so we have this message here. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims. It simply allows and gives. So already, group 1, I'm definitely seeing a message here about being able to kind of go with the flow in romantic partnerships. So it definitely does feel, based off of this message, that there is a special person that you guys will be connecting with coming into the near future with regard to your love life. But the lesson behind this connection is about being able to go with the flow and being able to release the need to control the situation, right? Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. So I'm also getting a theme here, a message potentially about jealousy or something around attachment as well. For those of you that aren't familiar with your attachment style, you might want to do some research into that. because I'm also kind of getting an energy of like an anxious attachment style coming up here for some of you guys. So that message may not be for everybody, but maybe for someone out there that pertains. So let's go ahead and see. I'm going to get some tarot cards here. So for group 1, what's next in love? Let's clarify this energy that we're seeing here. Okay. I feel like we have to take those. So we have a Knight of Cups and an Ace of Pentacles. We're just going to get one more. What's next for my pile 1? In love. We also have the 10 of Cups. Oh, I love it. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. So this is cool, you guys, because even though we kind of have this energy here that I was just kind of talking about, I feel like you guys do have a lot of stable energy coming in as it pertains to love and as it pertains to this potential connection being presented to you, especially here with the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this group has probably done a lot of soul searching, a lot of self-examination, a lot of self-exploration, and a lot of reflection on connections past, right? Because the Queen of Swords really talks about, having been through challenging circumstances in love and learning and becoming wiser from those situations. So I feel like you guys are going into this next phase really in your power and really in a space of using your discernment as it pertains to your boundaries and as it pertains to your standards. So beautiful energy here with the Knight of Cups and the 10 of Cups. There's definitely love for sure coming in for you. And it's interesting that you guys also picked the pink Himalayan salt because this crystal is all about purification. So it's like, this almost feels like a new, like just a new type of energy for your love life, something fresh, something that maybe you haven't experienced before or something that you haven't experienced in a really long time. I'm also getting springtime as a significant time frame for some of you out there. But Knight of Cups, romantic gesture. This is definitely telling me that there's a connection of significance presenting itself to you. The Knight of Cups is all about kind of someone asking us out on a date, someone expressing how they feel, someone expressing care, providing those romantic gestures. So I definitely am seeing dating. And I'm also seeing like these feelings of almost like the ultimate achievement. The 10 of Cups is a beautiful energy because this really talks a lot about, feeling like we've just like maybe found our person in a sense. And, we'll see. We're going to get some more insight here with your oracle cards. But sometimes the 10 of Cups can be a little bit like of the honeymoon phase in an early relationship. You know what I mean? But I definitely feel that with this Ace of Pentacles here, there's definitely this sense of like wanting to invest in the future with this person, of really seeing that there's a lot of potential with this connection. I think that I'm almost wondering if some of you guys would go into this sort of feeling like, is this too good to be true? Like, and it's almost like I'm getting that maybe in the past you just haven't, like in the past, I almost feel like you guys, if you were presented with energy like this, you would think, this is too good to be true in a sense. So, but it feels good. Like I have the hugest smile on my face right now for you. So I want to get some more insight here. This definitely feels like a loving connection, or at least potential connection coming in for you because, as I always say with aces, right? Like it's only potential unless we actually invest. It's only potential unless we actually put forth action, right? So maybe as you're getting to know this person, you are assessing whether or not or how much effort we're wanting to put in. Okay, see, so right here we've got playing the fields coming out, jumping out at us. Let's get some more insight here about this situation. So what's next in love for pile 1? We also have the other and blowing bubbles. Okay, I feel like you guys, when this connection is presented to you, are kind of just in this go with the flow type of phase. Like, I don't think that you may necessarily be like looking for someone because This blowing bubbles energy is just about like going with the flow, living in the moment. That's kind of like what this card was talking about, right? And with playing the field coming up here, I think you guys are probably in this headspace of like keeping your options open, if I can be honest. You know, this card also talks about like playing games and stuff, but that might be the case for some of you, but I'm not really necessarily catching that energy here with your tarot cards. Like, it definitely feels like this has a lot of potential to be a really sincere and loving connection that can go the distance. But it almost feels like you guys are trying to kind of approach the situation in a more lighthearted way, going with the flow, still being aware of like what your standards are and continuing to keep your options open, not putting all your eggs in one basket too soon maybe. And this could be what this closeness message is about, like let there be closeness, but always give each other space. You know, and just kind of allowing the situation to play out. We also have the other. So this says, let's see, an admire from afar, a fork in the road, option, interested, another, or other man, woman. Okay. I wonder if this person, or maybe this is your energy, but there's someone in this connection that I think has had their eye on the other one for a little while. Maybe they've been like observing them from afar. I'm kind of curious about them, but no one's ever really had the courage to sort of like step up and make a move with regard to the situation. And so there's kind of this energy of like hesitation, I think, before we take the plunge, if you will. But it's interesting too because, you know, both of these cards that came out in your oracle sort of talk about other options. So again, I do think that there's an energy here with your love life of still wanting to keep options open. And I think probably the driving reason behind this is because of this 10 of Cups. Like, I feel like you guys are really wanting that long-term commitment with someone, like someone you could build a life with. And with that Ace of Pentacles, it's kind of like, yeah, I'll date you, we'll go on dates, but I feel like you guys are trying to be really smart about the way that you invest your time and with who you're investing your time. So it's not even just like you're going to easily allow yourself to get wrapped up into something just because maybe someone knows all the right things to say. It really feels like a very empowered energy, Group 1. I have to be honest. It's feeling like you're the one in the driver's seat here, and you're not allowing the actions of others to get you out of sorts. So let's continue. What's next in love for pile 1? We have gifts. That kind of aligns with the romantic gesture. So maybe that's part of this connection is like gift giving and exchanging gifts, little tokens of appreciation, which I know could be a love language for some of you guys out there. We also have effort, you see, and commitment at the bottom. Yeah, you guys want a commitment. But here's that effort coming through. Ooh. So like with that effort message coming through, it's kind of like, you know, again, it's like, if you like someone, you've got to be willing to put forth the effort, right? So I think that there's kind of this assessment, like period of assessment where you're deciding, like, is it really worth my effort? Is this the person I want to put the effort into, and vice versa? All right, let's get a couple more here. I'm really not liking the way this is looking aesthetically on the screen, so sorry, you guys. I keep like fidgeting around with the cards. Let's see. I want to get some more insight into this story here. What's next in love for pile 1? Different pages. Retreat. Yeah, you see, that's where some of this hesitation energy is coming in, you guys, because like I feel like with different pages, there's something about this connection or person that feels maybe like maybe there's like a red flag, or there's something that you're not sure whether or not the both of you are going to be in alignment around what you're both looking for. So even though I feel like there's love and there's connection here, this is that energy of keeping options open. So it's not necessarily that I'm seeing that you would like not be into this person totally, but it's like you're keeping your options open. Time alone or nature will help you recharge, right? So it's like that goes back to this first message we got. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. So I think that you are approaching this next phase of your life in love with like dating and connecting and really vetting your options in a smart, discerning way, because you're wanting to make sure that whoever it is that you're connecting with is like in alignment with what you want. You know, I feel like this group, for so many of you in the past, when you've been dating, maybe you've had great chemistry with people, but for whatever reason, like they just haven't been on the same page with you in terms of what it is that you want ultimately for your life. And I feel like this group is wanting to be on the same page and feel like they're investing wisely with their time, their energy, and their resources. So this is good. It definitely feels like you guys have options and there's fun times ahead, but like you're not, I feel like y'all are not pressed. You know what I mean? Like, so let's just close this out with one more message for you, group one. What's next in love for group one? We have love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things life has to offer. Yes. This is such a beautiful message to close us out on, because I think it really kind of ties this whole reading up with a cute little bow, right? This is just about you guys knowing what you deserve and knowing your standards and knowing very clearly what it is that you want. And so, like, I think this is why you're in this go with the flow type of phase. Like, you want to entertain options, get to know these people. But at the end of the day, it's like with that Queen of Swords, you know what you want and you're not afraid to set boundaries and you're not afraid to be clear about what it is that you deserve and desire. So yeah, I love this for you, group one. This feels like a really great energy for your love life. It seems like you're really empowered. It seems like this is sort of a fresh start for you. We're turning over a new leaf into some new energies. So I would love to hear in the comments how this resonates with you and some themes that you've been going through in your love life. So definitely drop me a comment down below. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. And I'll see y'all in a new one really soon. Bye. Hello there, group two. If you guys picked out this beautiful honey calcite with the haunted house, or is it the haunted house? Yeah, it's the Haunted House Tarot. This is going to be your reading. So we're going to go ahead and see what's next for you in love for my lovely singles out there choosing group two. And we're going to start off with one of these little heart messages. What this card is going to tell me is the overall energy over this next kind of phase in your love life that you're inquiring about. So we're going to start here. We'll move into the tarot. We'll get some oracle. As I mentioned in the intro, please come to this reading with an open mind and an open heart, because you might receive a message that you didn't even realize you needed, okay? So let's go ahead and see. So for group two, what's next in love for my singles choosing group two, please? Okay. So we're going to go with this one because this is the one that flew out face up. So I believe that is your message. And this says, let's see. So we have this woman here. It says, a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Okay. So I kind of feel like what's next for you guys in love definitely feels like this is having to do with another person. Someone really wants you to know how much they love you, which is beautiful. I do think for some of you guys, I feel a little bit of a wistful energy with this message that you could be in separation from this person. And perhaps this next phase is about moving through that separation. But for others of you, I think that this is about a connection kind of deepening. So I want to see, let's get some more insight here. Because I'm just talking, but I'm not really. I need more information. Let's get some context around this. So let's clarify for group two. What's next in love for group two? What is this message for you about for group two? Yes. So we have the Lovers reversed. Okay. The Fool reversed. Let's get one more. And this is the Moon reversed. Yeah, it's the Moon reversed. Okay, and at the bottom we have a Knight of Pentacles. So slow moving energy here with the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And with the Lovers card reversed next to the Fool reversed, you got, well, first of all, you guys have all major arcanas here, which is kind of interesting. So this feels like a pretty major, whatever this phase is that you guys are moving through. But with the Lovers card reversed, this is definitely telling me that this is definitely about a connection. This is definitely about a specific person. So for those of you that, probably whoever's the first person that popped into your head is what this is referring to, but it's really essentially talking about either a connection that has broken down or a breakup, or a connection where the two parties are not necessarily on the same page anymore. And because of this separation or this not being on the same page, we have the Fool card reversed, which is talking about hesitation, not being ready to kind of like leap headfirst into something new. I feel like for some of you, this is hesitation around moving through this separation, but for others of you, this is hesitation about moving forward with this person because you guys are not on the same page. And I have to say, even though this card is upside down, something that's catching my eye here is this third person here in the back. I'm not saying that like there's another party, like another person necessarily in the mix of this connection, but it could be that there are just other things external to this relationship that are causing the breakdown here. And with the Moon card reversed, this is kind of telling me that you guys, I think, have been feeling in your intuition for a while that something about this might be off or something about this might not be totally adding up completely. And some of those things are finally going to be revealed to you. Like whatever mysteries you've been feeling, whatever uncertainties you've been feeling, I feel like that's coming into the light as you move through separation or move through this connection with this person. With that Knight of Pentacles at the bottom, you know, I have to say, like, the Knight of Pentacles is progress, right? Like, I feel with this owl here that there's a desire to want to do things wisely with regard to this person. So it's like, it doesn't necessarily feel like this would be, if this is a separation, it doesn't necessarily feel like it would be forever. Like this almost feels like we need space right now, or we need to take our time with this situation because we want to do things the right way. So let's just get some more insight here. And the important thing too is that there is love. Remember that the first message we got is like, someone loves you. So let's get some more insight so we can get some more information here for group 2. So for group 2, what's next for them in love? Clarifying this energy we have presented to us here, please. We have on guard. Okay. All right, let's get one more. We have Team Awesome. Yeah, there's someone here kicking it at the bottom of the deck. So the on guard is interesting because like the reason I was kind of like, ugh, when I pulled it is because the first message here is about competing for someone. And remember what I saw here in the mirror. So I feel like there's someone else in the picture, maybe for some of you guys. But this also talks about needing space, needing to take our time with something for some reason. The Moon card, you guys, can also talk about kind of like our subconscious fears in relationships. And so even though you may have a really fun connection with someone and feel like you have all this great chemistry and you're compatible in so many ways, if those wounds around relationships are not healed, if you're not going to get very far. And so I think that that's why this is coming up here as being guarded or needing some extra time and space in order to get this off the ground or to progress this forward in a way that feels like it's in alignment. Remember, like I was saying, like the Lovers doesn't have to mean separation. It can just mean that two people aren't necessarily seeing things the same way or not completely on the same page. Because I definitely see here with Team Awesome that there is this willingness and wanting to spend time together and to communicate. But again, it feels like we need to take it slow for some reason. So let's continue with some of these cards. So what's next in love for group 2? We have codependency. What's next in love for group 2? And we have balance, yeah. And we have freedom reversed at the bottom of the deck. So it's like, that's so funny that this came up reversed. I usually don't take reversals on this deck, but you know, so even though there is that cage opening up to where you could be single or free from this connection, I don't think that that's necessarily completely what you guys want. And I don't know if that's what this person wants either. What I see here with codependency is that there's some sort of dynamic at play in this relationship that needs to be balanced out. You know, is this an energy, maybe ask yourself this question, like, when you're in relationships, do you tend to lose yourself in the relationship? When you're in a relationship, are you sort of like attached at the hip to this person and you can't be without them, right? Like, even do some research on codependency and like what that really means, because I think it shows up differently in different connections. But there's basically, this is saying that there's I hate to say unhealthy. I'm not diagnosing you guys with anything, but there's a dynamic at play in this connection that might not be the best for each of you. Not the most high vibrational dynamic, right? Maybe there's too much clinginess here or something. So this is why, again, there's this approach of wanting to take things slow and make sure that things feel really balanced for both of you. Let's get some of these cards next for group 2. What's next in love for group 2? One more. That different pages card keeps popping out. I don't know if you guys saw that when I was shuffling. Yeah, so we have time apart. Okay. And we have longing. And look, there it is at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. And that's kind of the vibe with the lovers, you guys. It's like when two people have a connection, but they're not on the same page with how they're going to move forward. So yeah, I definitely see that separation could be on the table from this person. So remember, we were kind of getting a little bit of that message in the introduction of this reading, but this person is still like wanting you behind the scenes. And I think that ties back really nicely to the first message we got here about them thinking about you and still loving you, even though you may not be together right now. So hopefully, like, for some of you guys, I don't know, like, I'm not sure why you guys came to this reading or what kind of energy you were expecting, but if you do still feel for this person, hopefully that brings you a little reassurance that they still have love for you too. And if you guys came to this reading, I just feel like I have to say, if you guys came to this reading and you were like hoping that this was going to talk about someone else or something else, but this energy is coming up and you're like, ugh, why? There's probably still something here about the situation that you need to cut the cord with, right? Like if you've been really desiring something new and different in love versus this situation, I would highly recommend looking into cord cutting, energetic cord cutting, and finding ways to really like remove yourself from the situation, because right now, like, the situation wouldn't be coming up if it wasn't still relevant to you in some way. So just keep that in mind too. So we're going to close this out with just one more card for group 2. We have true love. True love. This love is once in a lifetime. Oh my goodness. Group 2. Oh, there's a lot of messages here talking about how this person loves you and you love them. So maybe it's just a timing thing for some of you, or maybe like we were saying with the Knight of Pentacles, it's just about wanting to do things the right way here. So I think that's a really beautiful message for us to close this out with. Group number 2, I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. Let me know how this resonates and kind of what's going on with this situation. If you guys are not subscribed, please do subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. And I will catch you in a new reading very soon. Bye. Hey there, group 3. If you guys picked out the Rose Quartz Palm Stone with the Wild Unknown Tarot, this is going to be what is next in love for you, my beautiful single people. So we're going to get to this in a minute. I'm going to start off with an oracle card. And this oracle card is going to represent for you the overall energy over this next phase in your love life. So this is going to be kind of like the main theme that you guys are moving through. And then we'll move into your tarot and the rest of the oracle cards to get more details. So for group 3, what is next for them in love? Okay. So we have this card coming out. Definitely feels like you guys are going to be enjoying or savoring some moments here. We've got give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. So I'm getting gratitude from this. I think that what's next for you guys in love is a period of manifestation, of getting really clear about the things that you desire, getting really clear about the things that you deserve, and almost like this energy of acting as if, right? Like acting as if you already have it, so that you're on that vibration you need to be on in order to attract it into your life. So that's why I was getting like, normally I don't look at the fronts of these, but that's why I was getting with this, like really savoring the moment. Like I feel like you guys will be going out having really good experiences in life, just having great experiences, even just being single, because all of those things are going to like help raise your vibration. You know what I mean? And that message of gratitude is huge. Like, I feel like you guys are just moving into a period where you just feel so grateful with your life in general and how things are, you know? And there's this feeling of faith that I'm getting that the right person is coming for you. So let's get some more insight here for group 3. What is next for group 3? In love. So we have a 5 of Wands. Okay. We have a 4 of Swords. Okay. And a Death card. Wow. That is very crazy and interesting. So yeah, things are changing for you guys in love with that Death card coming up. Like, I think that this group is getting ready to have a huge transition in their love life where you're letting go of old energies, old relationships, old connections that no longer served you, old versions of yourself that didn't show up in the most high vibrational way in love. And you're undergoing a huge transformation here. And especially with this 4 of Swords, I kind of feel like this is going to be a time period of maybe even isolation, maybe being single, maybe doing a lot of self-reflection. I'm also getting inner child work with this as well because you have the little lamb here. I don't know, it's making me think of children. So it's like, I think that there's a period of enlightenment coming up for you through reflection. I think with this 5 of Wands here, you know, the 5 of Wands also speaks of change. So I definitely feel like there's some sort of action that you guys are taking that is going to help propel you into this transformation. But the thing about the 5 of Wands is that sometimes the 5 of Wands, not sometimes, but a lot of times 5 of Wands is more of that competitive, kind of combative energy where things feel really tough. So this change or transition may not be like particularly fun. I'm also getting an energy of resisting the change for some of you with that 5 of Wands, like not being ready to surrender. But the change with the Death card is coming inevitably. Like this Death card is major because this is like when the change is coming, whether we like it or not. You know, so I think embracing it and accepting it is going to be really important for you, group 3. Because there's a lot to be learned through periods of solitude and self-reflection. So let's go ahead and see. I want to pull some of these oracle cards next. What's next in love for group 3? Okay, well then, we have the Bride card flying out. Let's get another one here. We also have Blowing Bubbles. Cheers at the bottom. Some of you guys, I feel like a lot of you guys are wanting commitment. Like I think you guys are wanting like a higher level of commitment here. It's funny that this card talks about manifesting, because that's kind of the energy that I was getting from this first card that popped out. Was like, you guys are in like this manifestation mode. But it's so funny that the Bride card flew out of the deck. Like, this is telling me that you guys are wanting commitment. You're wanting a higher level of commitment. This talks about interested in love of a lifetime, a wife. Maybe some of you guys are working on. So there's a couple things. I think for a select few of you, the change, this big change that you're going through, is more about like maybe maybe some of you guys are about to get married, even though this is for singles. That could be a thing for someone out there where you're getting ready to get married. But for others of you, I feel like this is the energy of becoming the bride energetically. Again, with that manifestation coming in, it's like I see you guys making changes to your life, changes to yourself, to sort of become, whether you identify as a bride or groom is irrelevant, but to sort of become that partner that you're trying to attract into your life, or behave in ways that kind of embody the energy of the connection that you're wanting. So let me give you an example. Maybe some of you guys are single and you live by yourself, right? Something that you might be doing during this time to manifest your person would be redo your apartment so it's not set up for just one person. So that could mean like creating space in your closet so that if another person comes into your life, they fit into it really naturally, right? That could mean like, I don't know, any little thing that you guys can think of like that during this time, I feel is what you're doing and what you're needing to be focusing on with that bride card. That's really interesting. So let's get some more information here. So what's next in love for group 3? Maybe you guys have a wedding you're going to as well during this time, and that's just why the bride card popped up. But I really feel like this is about manifesting and like becoming the bride or the groom that you wish to be to someone else. Like leveling yourself up in a way. We have respect. Okay. And we also have maturity. Yes, that makes so much sense with the death card. You guys are like kind of growing up in an energetic way, if that makes sense. You're growing up. I think there's an energy of having more respect for yourself, having more respect for your space, attracting more respectful relationships into your life. You know, maybe the 5 of Wands signifies relationships past as well that we're trying to move away from. What's next in love for pile 3? Let's see what else we need to know. We have integrity. Okay. We have stability. And we have mastery. You've learned the spiritual lesson. Yeah, so maybe for some of you there is a connection presenting during this phase of your life. But to be honest with you guys, for the majority of the people watching this group, this feels more like that manifestation again of like, this is what you're desiring, is a stable connection that can stand the test of time, a mature connection that can really stand the test of time. And I feel like you guys are preparing for that change. You're preparing for that transition into attracting that person into your life. Integrity, does the situation align with your values and morals? So it's like that kind of goes back into respect, right? Making sure that any situation that you guys find yourselves in this next phase of dating or this next phase of love, that you're holding yourself to high standards and you're holding your partners to high standards. Because remember, if you're wanting to be the bride, you got to have high standards, right? If you're wanting to be the groom, you need to have high standards, especially if you're wanting a life partner, right? Like we can't just be settling for any situation that causes chaos in our life, you know, like no. This is definitely a period of time where you guys are really aligning yourselves with the types of energies that you're wanting to attract in love. So let's grab one more card here for group 3. Okay. Last card for group 3. We have true love. This love is once in a lifetime. Okay. Let me get one more. That one came out in group 2 as well. So if you guys were drawn to group 2, there could be another message in there for you. We also have I love you. These are powerful words. Let's get one more. And take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever. Beautiful. I mean, yeah, I think that you guys are calling in a really, really high vibrational connection into your lives. And I feel like you guys are getting into an alignment in a way that, like, anything less than what you deserve, anything that doesn't align with your values, anything that doesn't feel respectful to your spirit, we're not doing it. You know what I mean? Like, and with Take a Chance on Love, when we have love, our lives are changed forever. Like, I definitely feel for some of you guys that chose this group, there is an opportunity presenting itself to you to connect with someone. But I also think that taking a chance on love is about getting back out there too, right? Remember, you guys did have the 4 of Swords here. You know, so maybe if you find yourselves in a period of being in like hermit mode or staying inside a lot, this could be like a gentle nudge to kind of start making some changes, like do some new things in your routine to try to connect with different people, right? Take a chance, open yourselves up. So that's what I'm seeing for you, group 3. Looks really good. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know how this energy resonates with your love situation. I always love hearing from you guys in the comments. If you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in a new one very soon. Bye.